Since Goku first awakened Ultra Instinct in the Tournament of Power, the Dragon Ball community was certain. This state wasn't just a transformation, but a turning point in the mythology of the franchise. And more than that, what we saw there was just the tip of the iceberg. Throughout the anime, the manga, and even in official statements and guides, we found out that Ultra Instinct is not a fixed power. It is a constantly expanding path with multiple levels, each one more complex and divine than the previous. In this video, we'll explore the known and theoretical levels of this state, which originates from the angelic realm. Even before Goku reached any visible form of Ultra Instinct, Dragon Ball Super was already giving us hints that something similar could be achieved with pure technique and self-control. The most underrated example is Master Kame. During the Tournament of Power, Kame showcased an exceptional ability to evade attacks from stronger opponents, including Jiren, without relying on raw power or being overwhelmed. All of this in the manga? His body simply reacted by instinct, something that even impressed Beerus, who even wondered if that was already the true Ultra Instinct. In practice, it wasn't, but symbolically it was level 0, the intuitive state, where the mind goes silent and the body acts on its own. Kami only achieved this because his mind was clear, free from pride or anger, two things that Goku would take much longer to overcome. The first time Goku accesses incomplete Ultra Instinct happens in a moment of desperation during his fight against Jiren. His body, completely exhausted after absorbing the energy from the Spirit Bomb, enters an automatic defensive state. His hair remains black, but his eyes change and his ki becomes unstable, flickering like a silver flame. This level is known by fans as Ultra Instinct Omen. Here, Goku is able to dodge attacks perfectly, but his offense is still limited. He doesn't control the state, he's merely carried by it, as if guided by his own body. Over time, especially in the Moro arc, Goku starts to control this stage better, using it consciously. But he still needs to concentrate a lot, and any strong emotion takes him out of this state. A mechanic resembling the false Super Saiyajin seen in the Slug movie, foreshadowing upcoming developments. The complete transformation. The real game changer happens when Goku surpasses his own limits and achieves complete Ultra Instinct. Silver hair, gleaming eyes, and a divine fiery aura. In this state, he not only dodges perfectly, but also attacks automatically, without hesitation, without thinking, and with a speed that's almost absurd. It's important to remember that this complete form is still the pinnacle of Ultra Instinct's power. Goku still needs an emotional and spiritual trigger, like overcoming a challenge, loss, or epiphany, to transform and reach this level. Moreover, he continues to face stamina problems. In the fight against Jiren, Goku nearly passes out, his body utterly wrecked. This stage is like Super Saiyajin 1 in the Namekusei saga, a huge leap but unstable, relying on extreme circumstances. In the Moro villain arc, we see Goku use Ultra Instinct much more naturally. After training with Maris, an apprentice angel, he starts activating the transformation intentionally, just like he did with the regular Super Saiyajin. This changes everything. Now Goku accesses Ultra Instinct on command, without needing an energy burst or almost dying in the process. This is where he starts to get closer to the angels.
He controls the state, feels his energy flowing steadily, and can even prolong the fight for longer without collapsing.
Despite this, Whis cautions that Goku is still far from mastering Ultra Instinct like an angel would, highlighting the technique's limitations. He still relies on physical transformations and altering his appearance, indicating the essence is not yet fully integrated. Goku doesn't live in the Ultra Instinct state, he only invokes it. Fusing with other transformations after mastering Ultra Instinct leads Goku to an unsettling realization. Ultra Instinct, despite being divine, is not absolute. During his fight against Granola, he starts experimenting with hybrid forms, mixing the power of Ultra Instinct with traditional transformations like Super Saiyajin Blue. This phase represents Ultra Instinct as a tool for amplification, not as an end in itself. Goku realizes that by combining instinct with the aggressiveness and raw power of Saiyajin forms, he can create more efficient temporary solutions. It's as if he's using Ultra Instinct as an additional gear in his arsenal, adapting it to each fight like a warrior who combines different martial arts depending on the opponent. This stage is chaotic, creative, and experimental, but it's also transitory and doesn't represent a true evolution. It's a crucial step towards something greater. That's precisely where the inspiration for stunning visuals should originate from, such as Super Saiyajin Blue with Ultra Instinct, and perhaps the most stunning one, Super Saiyajin God with Ultra Instinct. When this gets adapted into anime, it's going to be incredible. In recent manga chapters, Whis reveals game-changing information. Goku can't use Ultra Instinct the same way as the angels. That's because the way Ultra Instinct works for the angels depends on a pure, serene, and static state of mind. But Goku is a Saiyajin, driven by emotion, fighting, and impulse. This brings us to the concept of emotional Ultra Instinct, a form where Goku maintains automatic instinct, but doesn't have to deny his feelings. He starts using Ultra Instinct as part of his identity, not as a forced state of neutrality. This unique version of Ultra Instinct may be the most genuine one so far. Rather than imitating Whis or the Grand Priest, Goku begins mastering Ultra Instinct his own way, as a passionate warrior who fights with a smile, a shout, and tears while maintaining cool execution. It's the spiritual equivalent of what Gohan achieved with Beast Mode, a state that doesn't imitate the gods, but is born from the character's own nature. If we go back in time and remember the Cell Saga, there's a crucial moment when Goku and Gohan leave the hyperbolic time chamber while keeping Super Saiyajin active as their base form. The goal? To turn what was a state of execution into a natural state. Something similar seems to be the next step for Ultra Instinct. Goku can already activate Ultra Instinct easily, but he still needs to, in quotes, flip the switch. The next level would be to live in that state. To always have the mind and body connected to the divine instinct, without strain or effort. That would be equivalent to Super Saiyajin Grade 4, which is also one of the stages of Super Saiyajin 1. And if you don't know all the names and stages that appear in the anime, or maybe you couldn't quite identify them, check out my video on the 17 Saiyajin forms where I explain each one of them. Ultra Instinct would be similar to Super Saiyajin Grade 4, but adapted to the power of the gods. A Goku with black hair, normal eyes, a calm appearance, but always operating with the speed, perception, and reflexes of Ultra Instinct. At this level, he doesn't need to transform anymore, he just becomes instinct itself. Number 8. Advanced Base Ultra Instinct. Full power without transforming. If Goku can keep Ultra Instinct active in his base form for long periods, the next step would be even more radical. Using 100% of Ultra Instinct in his base form without limitations. Imagine that. The same automatic reflex, the same raw power, the same divine speed, but without changing appearance, without altering the aura, and without any loss of stamina. In my view, the ideal path for Goku at the end of Z would be to walk the earth with a serene smile, concealing his immense power. It would perfectly connect Dragon Ball Super to the end of Z, considering the limited time left chronologically. For a better understanding, I highly recommend checking out the Dragon Ball Timeline video, one of the top 5 best on the channel, in my opinion. In this Ultra Instinct state, Goku would become something close to an angel, but with a soul, with emotions, and with free will. This version would be like a sword that's always sharp, but only drawn when necessary. This complete base Ultra Instinct would be, at the same time, the synthesis and the pinnacle of Goku's evolution as a warrior. Number 9. Angelic Ultra Instinct, the angel's hidden form. But if Goku is trying to master the base Ultra Instinct, what about Whis and the other angels? They not only live in a constant state of Ultra Instinct, but they never leave it. And what's more, there are strong indications that even Whis has a higher level, which he keeps as a secret trump card. Consider this. If Whis can defeat Goku with a single slap in his normal form, imagine what would happen if he fought seriously. There is a possibility that the angels have a transformed version of Ultra Instinct, accessed only in extreme cases. This transformation wouldn't be aesthetic like silver hair, but rather spiritual. A complete release of the angelic essence. A sort of divine berserk mode, so to speak, where the angel's existence merges with the power of instinct in its purest and most destructive form. This would be the ultimate angelic Ultra Instinct, a hidden card in the deck of celestial beings, used only in cosmic battles that were never seen. And it makes sense to separate Goku's base-mastered Ultra Instinct from the angel's base-mastered Ultra Instinct. After all, they are different beings. Number 10. Final Instinct, the level of the Grand Priest. If the angel's Ultra Instinct already seems unreachable, there is a figure who stands above all of them. The Grand Priest, father of Whis and the other angels. He is presented as such a powerful and mysterious entity that not even Zeno interferes in his affairs. But what makes him so different if it's not just raw power, but absolute mastery of Ultra Instinct? While Whis used Ultra Instinct as a passive state, it's possible that the Grand Priest has reached an even more refined version, where there is no separation between body, mind, and universe, being able not only to react by instinct, but also to predict every possibility, manipulate events before and after they begin or happen, and act as if he were destiny itself in action. Whisu has some time manipulation abilities, but Daishinkan likely possesses far greater control over time. This hypothetical level of Ultra Instinct would be the final instinct, a form in which the user not only reacts but anticipates and controls all the variables of a fight before it even begins. There is no physical stress, nor is there exhaustion. It's a state of absolute balance where the soul is completely merged with the cosmic order. At this point, power is no longer about speed or strength. It becomes about presence and intention. The great priest could win without barely moving, simply by adjusting the flow to his will. It's an unattainable level for any mortal. He himself has even said that Daishinkan's level is the highest. Not even Goku's martial genius could reach that level. Or could he? What about his future? Is there a supreme instinct that sets Goku apart from all other characters, despite the many theories? He always finds ways to go beyond, like creating Super Saiyajin Blue Kaioken, or adapting Ultra Instinct with emotion. Or even bringing back forgotten concepts from the series, Goku always turns limitations into opportunities. That's why many fans speculate about the possible Supreme Ultra Instinct exclusive to Goku, a form that would unite all the previous stages, but would keep the heart of a Saiyajin warrior intact. He wouldn't stop feeling, smiling, or fighting for pleasure, but he would do it with a body that moves almost like an angel. In my view, they could temporarily bestow upon Goku a spirit that pulsates like a human's. Just like Hagoromo's powers were given to Naruto and Sasuke, and they became really powerful. A power given or lent, which would be the synthesis between mortality and divinity. We're discussing Goku maintaining Ultra Instinct while staying true to his human nature, not superficial changes like a new hairstyle or aura. That changes everything, unlike the angels who exist to observe and maintain balance. Goku's purpose is to shatter the balance, defy the impossible, and reshape the rules, molding his Ultra Instinct with that mindset. It would be something never seen before. Therefore, Ultra Instinct is a path, not an end. And what we learn throughout these levels is that Ultra Instinct is not a technique or a definitive transformation. It is a path of self-knowledge and transcendence that manifests in different ways depending on the user. For angels, it is a natural state. Goku constantly struggles to surpass himself while maintaining his identity, offering Dragon Ball a new perspective on strength. In the end, maybe we'll never see the final level of Ultra Instinct because every battle, every opponent, every loss, and every discovery make room for a new step. Like Goku's journey, Ultra Instinct has no limit and can always progress further. What's your favorite Ultra Instinct level?